fire started on late Saturday evening, early Sunday morning. It started in the mountains above Muizenberg. During the course of yesterday, we've actually contained the fire more or less, about say between 60%, 70% the fire was contained. We deployed a lot of ground resources, firefighters from Working on Fire, Table Mountain National Park and the volunteer wildfire services. We worked the whole day of yesterday to keep the fire from actually jumping Ou-Kaapseweg. We were very successful in containing the fire to the one side of Ou-Kaapseweg, but unfortunately last night with the strong wind, the fire actually jumped Ou-Kaapseweg, and from there it spread to the residential areas within Noordhoek, and currently it's also burning within the Hout Bay area. Well, it's burning over a very big area. Currently our estimate is about plus minus 3,000 hectares that the fire is burning. So it's burning in various areas. We again deployed crews this morning now to assist us in trying to contain the fire, but we will not be able to contain it today. This fire is definitely going to continue, and it's going to keep us busy for the rest of this week, depending on the weather conditions. I mean, the wind was very, very strong, since this fire started, and yesterday as well. We had difficulty in flying, getting our helicopters out and trying to contain the fire. The wind speeds that was measured was 70 to 80 kilometers an hour. In some places it was 100 kilometers an hour. Today in some of the areas is actually the wind dropped down a bit. They say in Hout Bay the wind is still very, very strong. And it seems to me from tomorrow we're actually going to have an improvement in the weather conditions. There was a lot of people that went out there to see what was happening, and actually they block the roads. There was a lot of emergency vehicles, especially from the City of Cape Town Fire and Rescue Services, trying to get to the residential areas. So that is a bit of a problem for us. So I mean, what we actually can ask the public, whenever there is a fire, not to go out, and blocking especially the areas, the access areas to go into the residential areas. Unfortunately, we're managing a park within an urban environment, and this park is not like any other park. It's not fenced off. It doesn't have a fence around it like the Kruger National Park or any other park. It's an open access park, so we cannot control the people that is going in and out of the park. And our biggest problem at this stage is human negligence, and most of our fires are caused by humans.
The provincial government has now requested that we bring in additional 250 firefighters from the Working on Fire program from the Eastern Cape as well as the Free State to provide much needed relief. And we're not sure how it's going to go here, but there's a highly possibility that some of those firefighters that are inbound now might be called to come and assist and relieve the firefighters that we have here fighting this particular fire.
For the first, say, 2 days, you can still, you have enough people, but getting into the third and the fourth day, people are actually getting tired. It's long distances that they have to walk, and firefighting, it's very physical. So then you need to look at start bringing in additional resources.
Often we forget we've got volunteers on the ground who are tirelessly working, for no pay, on the ground, day and night, contributing towards protecting the environment. We've got contractors, contracted to Table Mountain National Park, also tirelessly working day and night, and as well as our own firefighters from the Working on Fire program. So I think, we also need to spare thought for them. It's extremely hot out there. Yesterday was extremely dangerous. I think the forecast for the remainder of the week is not good. So I think, the people of Cape Town to rally around, our fire services within our national parks, because I think that's often something that people, don't think about. But I think we've already seen during the course of the past 24 hours how the people of Cape Town have rallied, people dropping off water supplies and food. So I think that's something that we would like to encourage.
And want to thank the people for their, donations and things like that. So it's very encouraging to see that, especially companies, individual people, they're all still prepared to make donations.